are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Bill Stadium in Orchard Park. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. And we are underway in Buffalo. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Third and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. Tua to Parker there for the Miami first. So Tua making the completion there. What's different about playing a left-handed quarterback like him? And specifically, I guess, what does this defense need to try and take away?
I'll take the first part that you asked about being left-handed. We've got to find out if he can move to his right and still continue to be accurate. So I want to push him in that direction and see if he can get his body squared around and make those throws that he's used to making. The next part is he's a dart thrower. Loves those short to intermediate routes first. Sit on those and make him throw the deep ball. Not that he's not capable, but you want him to prove it to you first.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Here's a give to Brown. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to pass. Tua. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Oh, that's a big let off there on third down, because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Gaskin. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's third and long. A play fake for Gaskin. Now Tua. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Well, it's up to how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating, there he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And, Charles, this defense may be excited, you'd have to think, at the prospect of facing a team working on a 3-game losing streak.
But their head coach, he really kind of poured water on that in his weekly press conference, and I would say the water was cold there, partner. He told everybody, listen, everybody's a threat. We can't take our eyes off the prize for 1 minute in this league. And I know everyone watching him say it, they may not have believed it, but no one challenged him.
On play action, Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just past the 35. Now, that was one I kind of saw coming, Charge. He had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means a free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Got a man. It's the rookie Jalen Waddle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They'll run now with Gaskin. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Gaskin again on second down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Fair catch signal for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week. And in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
4 yards remain for second down. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
A chance for Waddle on the return. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Gaskin on the carry. Tackled by A.J. Epinesa. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd and 9, Tua. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's gone. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Gaskin again on second down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And the Dolphins are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He'll get this out wide to Gaskin. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. With his 10th rushing touchdown on the year, his 14th overall. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Here's Allen to throw it. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's brought down. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Allen. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Now Allen again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Throwing again on second down. Allen looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. He's at the 40. The 20, 10, 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
Bills, nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Squib kick picked up near the 20. So we are at halftime here on Halloween as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. So with that, we get you back up to Orchard Park and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Gaskin again on 2nd down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
A nice substantial run there by Gaskin, who was the Dolphins' leading rusher in 2020. 584 total yards in just 7 starts and got stronger as the season went on. Not bad for a 7th-round pick in 2019. He was drafted number 234 overall that season.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Tua sets up to pass it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Billions are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
After the turnover, it's Tua.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Gaskin. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Gaskin again.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal.
And Gaskin, I don't think he got there. No, they're going to mark him short.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Sanders' kick is good. And that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
On first down, Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa steps away to his left, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa with touchdown number 12 on the year, and the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Sanders on for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Bills, nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off 1-3.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Let's go.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Next to score, Dolphins 33, Bills nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. They run again with Breida. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now Allen. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And he'll go underneath here to Breida. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Single. Watch 88.
To throw, it's Allen. Being chased out left. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. Breida. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Matt Breida, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to pass, Tua. He's got Fuller. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The one with the dive look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, they were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Second down and 7. Here's Allen. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Then he finds Beasley, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw here pulled in by Beasley. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Allen to throw once more. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. On first down, Allen. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And they can't bring him down. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. That one looks like he'll throw here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
I almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Miami, the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.